Welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to go through a roll of 50 or so 1981 Lincoln Memorial cents, and we're going to do episode 181 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. So there's really nothing. I couldn't find anything for 1981 to be looking for in here, but I have the coins, and so we'll go through them. Maybe we'll find something. We'll at least get to see if there are any really nice coins in this roll, and if there's anything in here worth getting graded when I start doing bulk submissions to PCGS. But welcome everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good week, and we will begin. So I just dumped these out. These came from eBay. It's pretty much getting harder and harder for me to find bulk lots of mint Cellos. And there's still a couple out there, but I'm running out my huge stash that I got, that I bought up last year, which I thought would last here for months. It has. It's gone. We've been looking through stuff for about 6 months here, but they're almost gone. So I'm gonna have to find some new connections. People have told me that there's a couple YouTubers who sell them on their streams, so I will have to check things out. But hello everybody, and it's been just another crazy week in the coin world here. Sales are just really busy. Seems like nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, pretty much everything is selling. These actually look a lot better than the Denvers that we're looking through. A lot of the Denvers, the mint Cellos were not so good, and most of them had spots on them. And I'm not seeing spots, and I'm seeing much clearer fields. 1981 in itself is not that bad of a year if you have quality coins. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I want to say 1981 and 1981D. It's like $30 plus for an MS66 coin. So even as MS66, it is worth, at least for me, since I sell so many graded coins, to get graded. So there might actually be, if the quality here keeps up, there actually might be quite a few coins to submit. And it's a date that I'm not able to get a lot of them easily. This one has a spot on it for sure. I think I saw one on the back when I picked it up. Pretty hard to miss that one there. But yeah, there actually looks like, I mean, an MS67, I can't quite remember, but I feel like I was selling them for about $150. I don't think we've seen an MS67, but an MS67 would definitely be worth getting graded if we could find one. And if we sent in 20 coins at hoping to get an MS66, it's possible we might get lucky and get a 67. More likely we get some 65s and some 66s, but these don't look too bad. They're at least nice and bright and shiny. This one's got some marks on it in the central bottom field, so not that one. Pretty nice looking obverse. I believe that is on the cello right over here. Not too bad of a reverse either. I think that this one might be able to get an MS66. That one might even be a 67, but I'm gonna call it a 66. This one here looks pretty decent as well, at least on the obverse here. I'd say that spot, like I would call that a 64 at best with a spot like that, but nobody really likes a spot. I keep getting questions on my eBay store from people, and they'll be looking at MS64, 65, 66 coins, and they'll basically ask the question like, are there any spots or scratches or blemishes on this coin? And the thing is, it's like a coin that's not an MS70 coin is going to have something going on with it. But people keep expecting an MS64 to 66 to basically be perfect. And I never know how to tell people, like, if you're expecting a coin to be flawless, it's just not going to happen in 64 to 66. So it's just an interesting situation where I get that question a ton of times. And I understand if there's like, a giant spot on it, someone saying, is that a giant spot on the coin? Why, yes it is. But to be like, I'm looking for a perfect coin while looking at a coin that has been graded by a major grading company and has not been graded perfect, it boggles my brain. This one definitely, like looking on the obverse, it looks like there's a little toning on the one side, but there's also kind of some blackness on the rim, and it doesn't really show up here. But this, the cello on this one looks like it is open. Pretty nice field, but it's got a big spot on it. And so, I don't know, I feel like there are some gradable coins in here for 1981. I mean, I'm able to sell MS65 for usually about $18 to $22. That seems like about what they're willing to go for on eBay, which would, I would be able to break even just barely if I was paying to get them to grade. But for MS66, if I got the majority of 66s, it would actually end up being profitable. And if I could pull off 167, that would definitely make it worth it. But I'd prefer to send in a bunch of coins and get all MS67s, but for some dates that's just harder to do. 1982 is pretty similar. Pretty much like all the MS67s, like I want to say there's like less than like 200 graded of most of the bronze 1982s. Getting MS67 zincs, it doesn't seem nearly as tough. Like it's like people are selling 67 zincs for like 28 to like 50. I usually sell them for a little bit more. But if you guys know of anything to look for on these while we're looking through them, let me know. I checked out the major error websites and I couldn't really find anything for 1981. Copper coins was blank. For 1981D, there was like 5 RPMs and 1 double die that just really didn't even, it was one of those double dies to me that looked more like it was like machine damage. It made me wonder. Seems like the luster on this one is a little bit muted. So I didn't count these out, but I believe there's a little bit more than 50. We'll just have to, if we go to about 20 past, I would say that is exactly 50. If we go to 25 past, before we zoom in, seems like 50 coins normally takes about 18 to 20 minutes for me to go through slowly, look like this. Yeah, some of these, it's just interesting, like there's no big marks, there's no spots, but just the way that the luster is, it just doesn't quite look right. It's like half the pixels went out. It's almost like it's been cleaned. maybe it's like a beginning step like this of kind of going red brown. I mean, it's definitely something going on with this one. So I guess that's something to take into consideration too while we're looking at these. It's like the coin might look really, really good, but if the luster isn't all bright and popping out on us. Gosh, I just ate so many nachos. I'm so full. Good times. And hopefully we'll get a couple nice toned ones in here. I feel like we generally do get at least one or two. It's the nice thing about looking through a bunch of mint cellos is you get the one with the fingerprint, you get the ones with the big spots on them, but then you oftentimes find one that just has really nice toning on it. And definitely, that's the thing I like about finding a toned coin inside a mint cello as well, is I feel like if I was to send that into PCGS, like inside a sealed mint cello, I feel like they would be a lot less likely to say questionable color or something like that. I mean, I'm sure it's possible to like put like, I don't know if there's any gases or anything like that that you can change a coin's color with, but if you were just to like, you know, put it in an isolated environment with something that reacted to copper really strongly, it would probably end up toning. It's like so many things. This one's got a little bit of toning on it. Just very, very light. Like America, it's just like kind of a lighter silvery color. I think there was something going on in the front too. It's like that, like very light kind of tone. Doesn't show up very well on my camera. This one's got a little bit of red. A little bit of almost like an older mint cello toning, like kind of coming around the rim. We'll get a surprise on the reverse. I believe that is a mark under the R, a little bit. Something down here too. Otherwise nicer, brighter fields. Here we have just like, maybe it's like micro chatter, or where there's just like tiny, tiny, tiny little marks or abrasions. Alright, keep going. I feel like I'm gonna look into one of the ring lights. Because I hate having, like, the glare doesn't bother me, but again, I've never really, I mean, I watch my videos, but I don't know what it's like to someone else who's not expecting like a bright light constantly. But I feel like the ring lights, they give a more even diffused light and there's not a glare. But I was checking out Chuck's new microscope that he's using. The only thing that's keeping me from purchasing one right now is that from what it sounded like, he can't see the entire coin like this for a penny. And since I do pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and everything, I wouldn't be able to see full coins and I wouldn't be able to take full pictures or full videos. Awesome for checking out different varieties, but I need one that can have a wider field as well. And there may be an attachment that can be attached to the one he has. His is awesome. It's got like 18 megapixels and there's no glare. You can zoom in. Everything is crystal clear. And I think that would definitely be a good investment. And since my business has already made a bit of money this year, you know, buying some equipment and stuff with that money would help probably come tax season if I bought things like upgrades to my setup. Probably have a talk with my tax preparer and see what they recommend. It's like really nice coin, and then that like spot on the rim. I guess there's a little mark over there in the field and a couple tiny, so it's not the end of the world. That one's not perfect. But these are way better than the 1981 Ds. It's like I would assume that these sets, you know, since they came in the same bag, I would assume that the Philadelphia and Denvers, you know, they would be the same quality. But it's interesting how different the quality can be from the Philadelphia and Denver from the same person. I mean, they might have bought two different batches from different people, but it's like all these seem like they came from different groups than the Denvers. These seem totally different. Well, I think if I need some 1981s, I've definitely found a lot that has some gradable coins in here. I'd say these are in better quality. The Cellos are in really good shape, and only one or two of them look like they've been compromised or opened. There's like no smokiness on them, almost no lines. Like we're able to see pretty much the entire coins. This one's got a couple lines. Be interesting to get back to eBay after this. I've been on eBay, it feels like all day long today. I got some Annex coins in today, and I've been PCGS pretty much since I started collecting certified coins, and then as I started to buy larger lots, I come upon like an NGC or an Annex kind of hidden in with it. There was like one lot this weekend that there was like 4 Annex, and then the 2 PCGS in the lot were ones that I wanted, and I was like, oh, if I get those and sell those, the Annex ones are basically free. But then like the Annex ones, there was like a 1995 double die, and there was 2 Barber $50 and Walking Liberty $50. And I just didn't even know too much about them, but I was like looking up trying to price them, and I was like, wow, there's no Barber $50 that are graded practically. They're like, I was trying to like find prices just because I'm not as familiar pricing those coins as I am PCGS. I just pop them into my registry, and then I have kind of a baseline. But I wouldn't have bought any of them if it wasn't for the PCGS coins in the lot. So got to learn something new about different coins. I'll definitely look at Barbers more here in the future, but I'd kind of stayed away from them because they would always go for like full price, if not more. The rim on this one's a little bit interesting. Just looks a little bit off, the tiniest bit off centered or beveled. Guessing the reverse might be the same, but not really. So we've got a couple more. Looks like we're ending at just about 20 past. And we can zoom in and take a look and see if we can find anything on these. As far as quality goes, I'm super happy with this roll. I think that there's definitely some coins in here to work with. As far as looking for varieties, it's you know, we can just blindly look, but it's just interesting because nobody's found anything, and so we can just look at the whole coin and like hope. It's This one's got a little bit of toning, but also looks like there's, like it all starts from like a little black spot or something, and then like the color just surrounds it. Alright, coffee break, my 5-second break. We'll zoom in and we can see if we can find anything on these. We shouldn't find anything on these. I was able to get some new varieties that I never got before. I'm trying to remember what they were though. I think I got, a 1997 double die, like the doubled ear. I think it was a 97. And I got a 1972 double die, I think a 108 variety. I was just able to pick up a few that I had never seen before in hand. So we can zoom in here. We'll have to look at a couple of them to just kind of get a baseline. And I did see a couple coins today when going through my slabs that I was like, that kind of looks like a double die. But haven't had enough time to research. I think that's just a piece of, yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. There was just a little flake that was going right over the T. I feel like I'm seeing it again. I think I'm just seeing stuff. It always happens when I first start looking. Okay, we'll keep looking here. It's like the corner of that end, just maybe there's a scratch there, it goes way into it. But it's like I'm wanting to say it looks like a notch, and then the O looks like it's machine damaged or something. We'll see if it gives us anything else. But if you guys see what I'm talking about as far as the glare on like the corners and the edges, all the places we want to look, when there is like a bright shining thing on top of it, it's really hard to see if anything is there. I'm guessing that corner of that end just has a scratch on it. It's like just like right where we'd want to look. That O looks very similar to the first one we looked at. I'm trying to think of news this week. It sounded like, it looked like Bitcoin crashed a little bit and is trying to go back up. I know I've just been pretty much working non-stop, which has been awesome. It's good to be able to work non-stop when you have the work. Like tonight after the stream is probably like the first time I'm actually gonna get to do something fun. Not that this isn't fun, I do this for fun. Welcome to this stream. One of these days I will have to Google Translate your name. It's harder to do during the stream. but welcome. Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good night. And so, if you weren't here before, the coins looked really decent. There was a few with spots on them, but not many. Like basically everything looked like it was probably MS64 or higher, but there looked like there was good potential for quite a few MS66s in it, and possibly even a 67, probably not. But there was definitely enough that looked like they might be an MS66 that I would think about sending some of them in a bulk submission. And 1981 is definitely a date where I can barely get them to resell them, and then when I do get them, they pretty much sell out right away. It's like one of those dates that is just not very easy to keep in stock. Basically, the only way to keep them in stock is to put the price higher than what someone's willing to pay for it. And if that's keeping it in stock, then it is possible. But as far as looking for varieties for this date, as far as I could research, nobody has found anything. So we should not find anything. It is not impossible. But nobody found anything not looking. I mean, maybe someone went to pick a penny out of their hand and said, "What is that? That is a weird looking penny. Check this out." And a new variety was found. But I think one of the things I'm going to start doing is, when I'm trying to buy mint cellos or rolls, I'm going to try to buy, start focusing on ones that are heavy producers or have lots and lots of potential, because I feel like if we're going to be spending the time looking up close on them, we might as well have ones that have a better likelihood, or at least a possibility. For some reason the letters on this one look a little bit thicker than what we've been looking at. I mean, it doesn't really look doubled, but to me it almost looks like it has some extra thickness on the obverse there. I started listing my Flying Eagle scent collection up for sale on eBay by the each. I put up rolls of 50. I figured there'd be people that just wanted to buy Flying Eagles in bulk, and got to show you guys, made a bunch of Flying Eagle videos, but nobody wanted any, so I put them up by the each, and I've sold about 7 or 8 of them, but I've got maybe another 1,000 of them to post up on eBay. So if you guys are looking for any Flying Eagle scents, there will be a bunch of them for sale. I used to have more Flying Eagle scents than everybody else on eBay combined. Excuse me. Like, I used to think that I could play Monopoly with them, or Pokemon. My goal was to buy every single Flying Eagle scent out there, and anytime I saw any, I would buy any in a coin store. Anytime someone posted any on eBay or anywhere else, I would buy them all. But it was just, the more I bought, the more came out of the woodwork. And so I suggest you guys, if you ever try to, like, buy up every single one of something, do your research first, because like the PCGS censuses and stuff, at one point I owned more Flying Eagle cents than PCGS said were around or still existed. I think by the time I got to over 1,000 more than their population reports, I was like, yeah, something's wrong here. The more I buy and the higher I get, the more of them pop up on the market. Um, and so I stopped, I abandoned that dream, and I've been slowly selling them off here. But the Flying Eagle market itself seems pretty hot right now, which is one of the reasons I put it back. I mean, the entire coin market is hot right now, so I figured it couldn't hurt. Almost every single one of my graded ones has sold. I think I have maybe like 8 to 10 of them left. And I'm not seeing any ones to replace. Like, all the ones that I see up for auction and stuff are more than I'm selling them for, so not my collection isn't gaining. It's my PCGS collection pretty much started from Flying Eagle cents because I was buying up all the raw ones, and then I decided to try to buy quality, and so I started buying the nicest ones I could, graded by PCGS. I think the highest I got up was like MS62, which I think my MS62, when I sold it, I think that was like the most expensive coin that I've ever sold. And I think I've sold one coin to like maybe match it since. But I think selling a coin for $800, I think that's the most I've ever sold a coin for. I think I've sold another one for 800, and I've sold one for 7, one for 600. But I generally don't deal with the very, very high grade coins. $200 is normally about where I max out, just because for $200 I could buy 10 coins that, I guess with coins that are over a certain amount of money, there's only so many people that are interested in buying PCGS coins, which there's a lot. But the higher priced a coin goes, the more people are just kind of not in that market, not because they don't want to, not because they don't want the coin, but it's what they're, what they can afford. And so, for me, I find that, every $100 up, basically, it's like you have like that many less people who are going to be willing to buy your coin. There's that many people who want to buy your coin, but there's only so many people who are able to buy your coin. And I also see like the higher grade stuff, it feels like the prices are volatile. Sometimes they're going up, they're going up, they're going up, they're going up. But then sometimes people find a hoard of really nice coins, and the price of those higher priced ones just crash. You could argue that, okay, well, buy the top pop, but even the top pop coins, a stash of really nice high grade ones comes out, and then the top pops crash, or you have a top pop coin and then somebody finds a coin that's better than your coin, the price crashes. But I guess it's like, if you diversify your coins in that aspect, like, you don't put them all in one basket. One of the, like, all the coins might go up in value, and then one of them gets, a new find happens, and one of them drops in price, but the other 9 of them have gone up in value, so you end up even, or you end up gaining money. But definitely, from what I've watched with other people, is just, a lot of people do the research. They find what the populations are of the coins of, the best grade, when the last time a coin was found. They watch the auctions, they look at, when things were found, when they were, first came out for sale, how long it's been since another one. They watch the population, see if they grow, and if no one's found one of that grade in 10 years, there's a good chance that there's not going to be another one coming around soon. But what I find interesting too is when you look at the population reports, they're not even entirely accurate. You know, there's the part where people can resmith the same coin by cracking it out, and it kind of skews the populations. It makes things look like there's more. Like if someone has an MS68 coin and they send it in and get an MS68, and then they crack it and send it in again and it gets an MS68, and they send it in trying to get a 69 or whatnot. Each time they do that, the population reports say there's another one of that grade, but really it's just the same coin being submitted over and over and over again. And so there's actually less of them. And then there's some cases like 1969S, for example. If you look at the population reports for a Lincoln Memorial Cent for a 69S, there's 4 MS68 coins. However, none of those 4 exist. They were all mislabeled as proof coins, or they were all mislabeled. They are all the MS68 PCGS 1969Ss, they are all proof coins that were mislabeled in a holder. I've owned 2 of them, and I know the cert numbers for all 4, and they're all sequential cert numbers. And so there are no MS68s. So when those 4 got mislabeled and entered into the PCGS registry, it like basically dropped the price of an MS60 by half. I think the MS60, or I'm sorry, the MS67s by half. I think they were worth $600 at the time, and it dropped it down to $300 just by those 4 accidents happening. I believe it's still that way today. I still own one of the mislabeled proofs, and it looks really good in my PCGS registry set. But it's just a total odd coin. So if you see an MS67 coin for 1969S, just realize that it's worth twice as much as the population reports. It's kind of one of my goals is to get all the MS67s, and then, you know, say, hey PCGS, you guys made a mistake, and then see what happens to the price of them. But strangely enough, since MS67, I think I'm not the only one that knows, because anytime I've seen one up for auction, they've gone for way more than the PCGS price. Like I've tried to win them, and they don't come up for sale. Like I feel like other people know. Maybe they've had the coins too. I know who owns one of them, and I own one of them, and then 2 of them. I don't know where they are, but I know what their cert numbers are. So nothing in here yet. No promises. I need some more coffee. Well, I'm doing pretty good tonight. I have 1 person watching, thank you, and I've got 4 thumbs up. Sometimes math doesn't make sense, but I'll take it. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys are all having good nights. So I'm continually watching the populations of PCGS graded coins for sale on eBay, and they just keep going down. I think we're at 107.5 thousand PCGS coins for sale on eBay, at least as by it now, as it seems like there's always an average of about 8,000 auctions per week. I don't know how it's always so steadily at pretty much 8,000, but the amount of buy it nows up for sale are going down, down, down. Look at that lovely spot. It's interesting, it goes off the coin, like it's like half on the cello. Almost like, no, it moved with it. But if things keep going like this, there's not going to be any PCGS graded coins for sale. It's like I've slowly been, I have about 4,000 PCGS graded coins for sale. So I have about, I don't know, like 3.75% of the market, which seems crazy to me. But it's like the more that disappears, it's like the amount that I have keeps going up, and the amount that eBay has keeps going down. But it's a weird way to gain market share with like the market just contracting due to supply issues. I'm just waiting to see like PCGS, like I haven't been hearing everyone complain about their orders taking so long. Maybe people have just like given up on expecting them, and they're just, not complaining anymore. Like it's been 3 months. Where is it? But I don't know if everyone's not complaining because they're all getting them. I just don't see a huge influx to the market. It seemed like it used to be if I was to buy out a category on eBay, about 4 to 5 weeks later, all of a sudden the market would flood with whatever I would buy out. And I was okay with that because basically it's you can buy up a whole category, and there'll be some people that have it on hand, but normally they'd list it. Some stuff you'll notice if you buy it, people will just relist it right afterwards, and if you buy it again, they'll relist too, and keep going like that. Some people are ready to play business, but I buy out categories, and then I'm used to it like popping back up for 45 weeks or after 4 to 5 weeks, but until that time I'll be the only person selling that particular date or mint, or kind of coin. But now it seems like I'm buying out the market somewhere and it's just not coming back. It's like, I don't know if all the graders retired or all the people. This is why I feel like I need to start sending coins in to get graded, because I mean I'm still able to like buy enough, but it's just I'm buying what's available instead of like exactly what I think I need or what I think people want. And it's like I'm buying, the $100 coin that's going for $40 on eBay, or I'm buying like a big lot of coins that I know I'll be able to sell X, Y, or Z out of it, and then the rest of them will be, just good material to sit in a store for a long game. I don't know, I've been trying to figure out ways to improve my eBay store. I've been trying to figure out ways to improve my YouTube channel here. But I've been watching a lot of other people's just YouTube channels, like how to improve their eBay business, and it's like I'll get little tidbits of information which seem helpful, but it's like I'll watch an hour and I'll be like, hear one thing and I'll be like, oh, that was good. But more and more, it's like I hear about these people growing their eBay channels, and they'll be like, by the way it's presented, it's like, wow, these people are making $1 million, but then they'll be like, my goal for this month is like $2,000 of sales, which is a good goal. But then I was like, wait, I've been making $20,000 of sales on eBay. I'm like, does that mean that I'm successful? It's like, I don't know I feel like CoinTable called it like imposter syndrome. But I feel like that's exactly what it is. I'm wondering if I'll grow old and still have imposter syndrome and be like, that's not me. Or if at some point it, goes away. I guess it's not such a bad thing. If I keep feeling like the little guy, I keep having room to grow and to try to improve. If I get all whatever you want to call it, then I'm probably gonna lose, I'm gonna drop the ball and lose sight of what I'm trying to do. So I'll give you guys well, it's not quite. It looks like there's maybe about 20 coins left. I feel like I'm always guilty of being like, oh yeah, by the way, this is the last coin. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Definitely over halfway through these though. So no super toners, but a couple nice coins in here. I'm not seeing anything on these. If you guys do, please shout. If you guys are watching this video later, if you guys are watching this video 10 years in the future and some super variety has been found, and you're checking out this video, then let me know. I think that's one of the cool things about YouTube though, is that, say like I could put these videos up and then, you know, 10 years from now someone could be like, hey, did you know that that's in that roll? Or hey, do you still have that roll? I don't know, I feel like the first 100 or so videos here I did label all the rolls, like roll, you know, if it was episode 001, you know, I have roll 001, but I guess it's, you know, it would be kind of cool in the future if they were useful to people. And in 20 years, you guys can be watching these videos if they're still on the internet, and you can be like, wow, those coins were so cheap. You're like, why didn't I pick up all those coins? It seems like they were full price at the time, but now... I like to think that my eBay store and this, like the fact that it's been successful, is like living proof that there are time travelers. Because why else, you know, who else am I doing business with on eBay? Obviously you guys are all, everyone that comes to my store is a time traveler coming to exchange currency from different times so that they can go on their way. Well, I think it's pretty clear. Because of course I know nothing about time traveling. Or at least I can't talk about it on here. Nothing at all. I want to find a new variety. I was watching Blue Ridge talk, I think it was a national park quarter that sold just recently for like $50,000. I can't remember, I want to say it was like a 2019 or something like that, but only one of them has been found or something like that, and it like sold for $50,000 a double die. It wasn't even that impressive. I know the newer double dies, they generally aren't as impressive, but I mean, I guess that's a good reason there to search through lots of change. It's crazy. I found a couple coins today that definitely looked like they might be something, but I haven't been able to pinpoint exactly what they are. It's like sometimes I get PCGS slabs that I'm just like, you know, I like the grade. I'm just like, why did somebody get this coin graded? And it's like, oftentimes those are ones I look at closer when it's just like that has to be something other than the grade of this coin. You know, there's nothing attributed to it. The coin has no numismatic value, basically. why is this in a slab? Because people send things in to get graded, like, and they think that if there's, if it's something special, that the coin graders are gonna label it as such. And I feel like they should. I feel like if you send a coin to an expert, they should look the coin over heads to tails, and any and everything should be considered and looked at. But it seems like basically they only supply a grade, and if it's genuine, and if you tell them exactly what the variety is, then I have to imagine if you sent them like a 1955 double die, I have to imagine that they would not just send it back as a 1955p and grade it. Maybe they would send it back to you attributed, and with a larger bill, or maybe they'd call you or something and be like, this is a special coin, right? It might actually be fun. That would actually be a fun experiment. I see a lot of people messing around, like testing to grading companies, but send in one of the top 10 varieties, just a variety that is clearly visible with the naked eye, like no coin grader could miss it, and then send it in and see if it just, no questions, no contact, nothing, just send it back to you graded. Be interesting. It's send them a 1995 double die, crack it out of a case. I could take that NX. I got an NX one today that I basically have zero money in, and crack it out of the case and send it into them and see if they notice that it's clearly visible with the naked eye double die. I guess if you send it in and you say it's a 1995, they're doing what you told them to put it on. But it's just interesting because if you put that it is a certain variety, then they double check, and if they don't agree with it, they don't attribute it. But I feel like by the time you pay them as much as people pay them, I feel like attribution should be automatic. And it just makes me think okay, is it not automatic because the people that are looking at it aren't qualified to make the decision for the attribution? Are the people just people that are trained to look at a coin and know nothing about coins? They just know how to grade a coin? And then can you know how to grade a coin but know nothing about coins? I'd like to see more videos of what goes on inside a major grading company. Half of it seems like it would be a really fun job. I'd love to be sitting there looking at all these coins come by, getting to see the best of the best, what people wanna get graded and preserve. I feel like it would be really fun in that aspect. I feel like when I was just beginning buying and selling PCGS coins and stuff, I always thought that's why I was still working full-time and stuff at that point, but I was like, if I was to ever have a full-time job that wasn't doing this, I think I want to look at that one up close after we're done here. I don't think it's anything. But I was like, yeah, working as a professional coin buyer for somebody with unlimited funds, that would be super fun. But hopefully I'll get to do that here before my days are done. Just gotta keep on building that dream. And I guess that's the thing. It's like, you know, you could work for someone like that, but they're going to make a killing off of everything, and you're probably going to be working by the hour. And then I can't imagine you can be out looking at all these coins for someone else and then be like, oh yeah, these ones are for him, but I'll take that one. It's like you would like get to look at all these coins and buy, but you couldn't keep any of them. But it'd still be fun. Hey Stern, welcome. I have a couple coins here which I was going to show at the end, but maybe you can give me your opinion. But hope you're having a good night, and welcome back to the channel. And so we've only got two more coins here, and so I'll show those to you if you want to check it out. I don't think they're anything, especially looking at these. I think I'm probably I was just looking at them and they didn't quite look right to me. But I feel like I've seen quite a couple other ones, so I think it's just something in around this this date area. It's like the W, the W in we on the one. It was like huge, looked extra thick. You having a good night? I think this was like the best tone coin, and I think there's like a spot there. No good toned ones, but a lot of these were pretty nice looking. A lot of these 1981 Ps were pretty nice, and so they would possibly be worth getting graded. I definitely think that there were at least a few 66s. And so I think this was the one that I just wanted to... I don't remember what I wanted to look at though. Maybe it was the 9 on this. You got an awesome one. What'd you cherry pick? I watched one of your videos last night, but I think it was an old one. I think I thought it was a new one. And then I looked at the date and I was like, wait, I think that this is old. And what was this one? Put one of these off to the side as well. Yeah, it's like these look thicker, but then it's like you look at it and it almost looks like they've just been flattened. Yeah, I think that this was the one that I was like, this one looks thicker than all the other ones. But while it does look thicker, it also looks flatter. And nice. Very nice. So which one? Is this the one? It was one of these two. I think this one just looked weird. This one shows up really nice through the slab. But it's like the way that like it's almost kind of like scooped from every side of the Y. But I think it was like the lettering somewhere, like the G on this one and the O, but I think it's just scooped. It's just like random parts are missing, but it just doesn't look like other ones. That one was in the 60s. And this one, unfortunately, I can't zoom in all the way. But this is the one I wanted to be able to. Yeah, that's probably what's up with this one. I'm looking at this one again. It's like you look at the E and everything, and it's like all the way against the rim. But it's like what I can't see on this one, which I want to, is like the W. The bottom of the W just looks like so thick. Like I feel like normally it's like comes to a point, the bottoms of the W, but then there's like the line that goes down the side of the W. And then I think there's also a line on the inside of the N, but I'm guessing it's just machine damage. But the W almost kind of looks like there is, like, I almost want to feel like there's a notch at the bottom, but I can't get any closer. It's like the PCGS slab is just killing me. So this one's a 1968, and I thought I saw something like it, but then it didn't seem like it was. I feel like the B kind of curves out a little bit, like there was, I think there was the 101 for a 1968, but I feel like the I is supposed to be fatter at the top, and the B is supposed to like really curve out. And so I don't think that this is the 101. It just doesn't look like it. But I don't know. There was just something about the W on this one, how thick the bottom was, and I don't think, I mean, this is a 1961 here, but it's like if you look at, I know it's not the same. Normally I have many more. I mean, it's probably just machine damage. This is the 1995 double die from Annex that I got today. And I mean, even the W on this one, I know this is 30 years later, but it's like the W is like so much thinner. Actually, I haven't tried zooming in all the way on one of these Annex holders. I don't know if it's better. Not much better. Wow, it's still so bright and glary, even that close. Actually, that's not bad. That's pretty clear through the Annex. I must have had it on a bad angle. And I don't know if there's anything. I got my first. I don't think I've ever had a Barber $50 before. I got it in a lot. But when I was trying to price it, I didn't realize how little graded $50 there were for Barbers. This one looks terrible, if you ask me. Like, I got two of them, but this one, like, this is a good 6, which I'm not used to good being written out, but like to me it looks like Barber's face, or I guess it's not Barber, it's the designer is Barber, but like it just looks like it's all been like cleaved off, and then in this area here, to me it looks like it's been cleaned, and then there's like, what's this? Is this like PVC? There's some sort of like goo, but it's, you know, graded. This one has a nicer reverse than the other one. Like I feel like maybe the reverse is, you know, graded this one, but it's like, I feel like PCGS, this would have been authentic. They would say, you know, damaged, or they would say residue, they would say damage, they would say cleaned. And maybe I'm wrong. But then this one is a good 6 as well. And this looks like what a good 6, what I would expect a good 6 to look like. However, if you look in the field here, you look behind the head, does that look like it was touched up just a little bit? Like, you know, like that is not the same color as here. To me, it looks like this was cleaned and that is the original color of the coin. Maybe this gets touched more. Not positive. So this one's got the San Francisco mint mark on it. But I feel like the reverse here looks pretty, you know, pretty consistent. What do we have up there? 8, 7, 10, 13 stars. So is that like for, is that for like the 13 original colonies or something? Maybe a throwback. I'm just count them right. 7, 10, 13. But it's, yeah, I've never even had a Barber $50. Every time I've tried to buy one, the prices were just ridiculous. And then I got a 1939D Walking Liberty. And I bought 2 modern coins out of lot. These all came in a lot. And I just bought it for the 2 PCGS graded coins in the lot. And this Walker and the 2 Barbers and the 1995 Double Die, those were all just kind of extra. So I'm kind of happy with that. But I think I've only owned 2 or 3 Walking Liberties. I think I like the eagle on the reverse here. Like I think it's got a very aggressive, strong stance, but it does remind me a little bit of a turkey vulture. You know, it doesn't look like a vulture, but it looks vulturous. Like it doesn't, I mean, like there's something about it, but it's beautiful. Not trying to knock the eagle. I like eagles. But yeah, those are the happy ones today. But I got this 1942 Proof 64. This one's got like kind of like green and pink toning on the front. Doesn't show up. Maybe it's because I have the light on for it. Welcome to the blackness. We'll see without, I didn't even realize the light was still on. But the reverse on this one is really pretty when it's got like 3 colors on the back that pop out. I don't know, maybe the light does help. Let's just try it one more time. No, my video I made of this coin earlier is much better. It's like so hard to get these things on the right angle. It's like some of the tone coins that I try to take pictures of. You can almost see the colors popping out there. It's brighter than this though. It's like pink and orange and kind of green. I don't think I have it. I got a 1967 Special Mint Set Cameo, but I think it got put away. So I can't show you guys that tonight. But I did buy a bunch of different varieties that I've never had before, so there will be some cool coins coming in the mail here. Thanks Sturm for watching. Thanks friend who I need to look up what your name needs through translation on Google. Thanks for being here, and thank you everyone else watching tonight. I'll be back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Pacific time here on YouTube. If you guys find anything watching these videos, leave a comment in the comment section. If you guys have any hints or suggestions, leave a comment. I'm happy to learn more, and yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Stern. Thank you, smiley face, thumbs up, friend. Thanks, Blue Sandy, if you're watching, and see you guys all in the future. Good night, everybody.